Dumb idiots.
What's up, everybody? Top of the morning to ya. It is our St. Patrick's Day special here with the Dumb Idiots, and the only person that makes sense to have when you're having St. Patrick's Day, you gotta drink a lot of Jameson, right? So we got.
Does anybody have a Jameson?
We've got a Jameson right here, Jameson Hardy. And since we're going to be drinking a lot, because if you're not spending your St. Patrick's Day drinking, what are you really doing? We had to bring the Duke of Drinking Games, the Miller Lite Mauler, Joey Chambo.
Jameson and Joe. Isn't it like an Irish coffee? Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know shit. I don't know.
Yeah, coffee, they call it Joe.
They call it Joe.
Jameson is what you pour into the coffee.
Joe?
Yeah.
So you
Joe, dude.
pour you guys into each other.
I just love how we can culturally appropriate the Irish.
Yeah.
You know, like they're white like us, so we can just like deal with their culture for a day.
It's the one thing that nobody will look at you sideways for, like having the full leprechaun, St. Patrick, like would normally be offensive if it was non-whites.
Yeah.
But since they're white people, fucking live it up. And you can even have drinks like Irish car bombs, which I fucking got some right here.
Speaking of cultural appropriation, that's named after, I guess, the Civil War they saw and all that bad shit. It's like, we just do it for fun.
Hell
you know what I mean?
Can't win them all.
Woo!
Cheers. Cheers, boys
Top
and
of the
girls.
morning to you.
Aye. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
They're fucking good, actually.
I dropped it in too aggressively.
Yeah.
Part of it came and hit my face, and I get why girls don't like that.
Yeah. right.
I've seen like people perfect that. I'm always just fucking out, always just spills, and it's just
I don't know. I did like a
does what I want.
I did like a sissy little this first. So I was like, maybe if I mix it a little bit, but it all worked out.
Yeah, I got it in my beard.
That's the problem.
I'll be smelling it
Stays in
later.
the stash.
Yeah.
You got us all set up, but no napkins.
No.
And
That's how well I planned
We're wearing it. We're wearing
That's
it.
right.
You think the fucking Irish wear napkins on St. Patty's Day?
Fuck.
No.
No, they don't.
That's right. You get as drunk as you want to, and you just start trying to fight people.
Right.
That's what you got to do.
Right. Like, did we surrender when the Germans invaded Pearl Harbor? Fuck no, we didn't.
No.
I don't know if we did or not.
You did. He did drop. He dropped out in the 4th grade. It was before they covered
before
that.
early history.
Wow. Never forget. But yeah, St. Patrick's Day special. Boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town. It's been a while since I drank at all.
Yeah, same here.
I smoke every day. And that's basically what I do now. So.
Yeah, this is the perfect excuse to drink. I feel like St. Patrick's Day, you mark it on the calendar. I'm just going to get absolutely obliterated, yell at some people, beat your family, whatever kind of fun Irish little shenanigans you get.
Like
to.
winning Rome, winning St.
Winning
Patrick's Day.
Ireland.
Yeah, exactly.
St. Patrick.
Exactly. You guys Irish.
Do you guys have a favorite Irishman?
Ooh.
I like the movie The Irishman. It's really good.
Ooh.
Acceptable answer.
I do like The Irishman.
It's like 4 hours long.
Yeah. You had to do it in multiple sittings, but it's a great movie.
I'm gonna say Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, is he Irish?
No, I don't think so.
Well, he was in The Departed,
Did
though.
that Irish jig in Titanic.
Yeah. Yes. But the name Leonardo DiCaprio does not sound Irish at all. It sounds Italian.
Yeah, I'll tell you my least favorite Irishman is probably Bono.
Oh yeah.
Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I remember back in
Is that you too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really got into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that
They had
shit.
the One Beautiful Day song. That's about it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day.
That was on every montage for anything.
Yeah.
That and Good Riddance.
Green Day.
Yeah.
I'll never
Green
forgive.
Day. Which, speaking of Green Day, it's
Oh,
a Green
it
Day.
is a
right?
Green
Day.
That's my new favorite Irishman is Green Day.
Yeah. I'll never forgive you two for, like, when they just stealthily put their album on people's phones and stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm not cool with that.
Was that an Apple? Or
Yeah.
I didn't have an Apple, so I didn't have to worry about that shit.
Me neither.
The joys
I
of
heard about it. Trust me.
the joys of the pores,
Are you're team Android? Or
Yeah, I've always had.
same here. And I don't like that proprietary Apple shit.
Yeah.
Some people judge us Android boys, but we persevere.
I don't know. It's probably just because I've always had.
Same here. I don't really have a stance on it. It's just I've always had it, but
no, I mean, if you use people's Apple phones, they seem, fine.
Yeah, they call people.
But
they all do the same thing.
Yeah,
I think at this point,
I just think this one's a little easier for retarded people to use.
That's how it feels for me. And you can whatever apps I want.
So.
Yeah, I had a Droid when I was younger, so I at least tried them both.
Don't say Droid. It's like Android or a Samsung or whatever. Like, don't say Droid.
No.
Yeah, we're not.
Literally,
it's not Star Wars.
What if
dude.
it was an actual fucking droid?
One of my phones was called a Droid. It was a Droid 2.
Ooh,
it wasn't called the Android 2.
That's in the olden days.
Yeah, and that's why I don't have them anymore because they fucking sucked.
I had one of those razor fucking flip fucking slider things.
Dude, I loved the ones that had the slide out keyboards. Those were fucking cool.
Yeah, I had one of those
too. Blackberries.
My favorite feature on that one was when it froze the fuck up and had to restart.
Yeah,
that's a feature.
I remember I used to buy $10 or $15 ringtones, just little snippets of songs, and now you can just make any fucking ringtone for free that you want.
Yeah,
it's I used to pay $10 or $15 per song.
Yeah, you had to pay 99 cents for anything.
I remember I had the fucking 4-year-old virgin. She was a hoe for show as my fucking text tone for the longest time.
Your fucking mom texts you.
Yeah.
Time for dinner.
All I know is
for show.
If you're anti-Android, you're anti-Dumb Dumb Idiots podcast because we're shot and edited on Android. So,
well,
I
learned something and now I love Android.
Yeah.
I still don't care. I'm just still going to use my phone to text people to let them know that I'm drunk as shit or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, it doesn't matter what phone you have. They're all good, right? I don't think anyone's gotten a phone where they're like, I can't believe I bought that.
Yeah.
I think they're all pretty much perfected at this point.
100% agree with you, but it's the 2020s and we got to stoke the vision, so we got to do Apple, Android.
Yeah, it's got to be a versus kind of thing.
It's like CNN.
People are tuning off.
Yeah, CNN or Fox. You got to pick a side, motherfucker. Yeah. Pick a phone.
You can't be both.
This is Joe Rogan's fault because he kept talking about tribalism and shit. Yeah. And I feel like that kind of started to bleed over where people actually, and I think he's actually had a point a little bit about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that we're over here is if you have an Apple, we're homies.
Yeah.
And if you have a Droid, Android, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I have to not like you.
Yeah.
Legally.
I'm not, it's not like I'm fucking committed to either.
Yeah, no, that's what we're saying.
You are. You don't know it yet, but you are.
It's just this.
You've picked a side.
It's just, we're getting too old to learn new technology, and Apple's a new technology for me.
It was a lot like the PlayStation versus Xbox thing.
I think that's starting to. I think there's a truce right now. I think people are doing that now.
Xbox One for the longest time. Now I got a PS5.
Man, it sounds like you guys are bisexual with your phones and your electronic gaming devices.
Well, we're not banging our
You're willing to
phones
go either way.
Yeah, whatever's cheap.
Non-binary.
Non-binary.
Yeah,
dude. When I think of St. Patrick's Day, though, I always have to watch Boondock Saints. Oh, Leprechaun is good too, though. Boondock Saints is something I always try to watch and listen to Dropkick Murphys. Something about just white people and bagpipes drinking just gets you amped up.
On any Halloween, you like to listen to fucking creepy ass music. You're trying to get in the spirit.
Yeah,
it helps out.
The Departed.
The Departed's a great movie.
Yeah, I seen that not too long. Or it was a couple years now, but I remember for the longest time, everybody's just like, "You gotta fucking watch this movie." And every time somebody says that, I'm like, "Shut up!"
No,
4 years later,
it is. It's one of those movies watched surprisingly late in life. I've seen bits and pieces of it so much, but I never sat down and really watched it, and then fucking blows you away. Because you don't really expect. I don't know. It's been fucking 20 years since it came out.
Yeah, it's not murder.
Spoiler alert, but you don't expect the main character to die. And it's whoa, that's fucking crazy.
Whoa.
Didn't it happen fast at the end?
Yeah, it's at the end of the movie, yeah. And then Mark Wahlberg gets the revenge at the very end of the movie.
In an elevator or something?
Yeah, I think so.
I vaguely remember. It's been a couple years, but
what a great...
I remember liking though.
One of my favorite St. Patrick's Day Irish movies, but it's Boston and not Ireland.
Right.
And it's funny how all for Boston culture and shit, but I fucking hate Boston culture too. I'm all for how Boston's Irish and shipping off to Boston.
Yeah, I fucking love that song.
And the idea of Boston's cool, but then their sports teams just piss me off so much that I fucking hate Boston.
Oh, that's what Boston gets the all the coverage and it's got drunk racist idiots.
Mm-hmm.
But like for some reason, drunk racist idiots in Ireland, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But if they're in Boston, like they're too close, then it's like, I don't know.
Well, if they're talking shit about my team, then fuck them and fuck Jason Tatum.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Fuck Jason Tatum.
And then the Brady dynasty didn't help with that.
Yeah, made you be like,
I mean, they're just like, they won too much. It's
like, too much.
Sick of you. We want,
yeah, because they had the Patriots, Red Sox. Now they get the Celtics again.
The Bruins.
Yeah.
I don't know. The NBA just props them up because they got 17 championships. They're a big market team. And it's just,
and like
disrespectful to teams who don't have that big of a market. And, we're kind of like overshadowed,
Yeah. And like so many of those championships were won like before a bunch of black people were allowed to play. Yeah. Like they had like the only black guy in the league, and so they won a bunch of championships. Like that's I don't know. It should be like some kind of.
And then they ran
asterisk.
it back in the '80s with the Larry Bird and
yeah.
Yeah, but you look at him and like, how the fuck does this guy stop? Exactly.
Larry Bird though, he's a good comp to like Jokic now. Like you look at him and it's like
his passing.
Yeah, like you look at him like that dude can't fucking play, and he's like one of the best players in the league.
It's because white dudes, they don't look buff, they don't look toned, like they don't look athletic. It's sneaky athletic.
That's the same thing with Luka. Every time you watch him, he looks like he moves like the slowest person in the league. But then you look at the stat line, he got 34 points.
Yeah,
that's why I like Niang a lot. He was fucking kind of fat. They called him the SUV.
The
G-Wagon.
But Niang also sucked. He was slow and sucked.
I liked his 3-point ability, and I liked just his little fucking shitty shots that he threw up in the paint that somehow went in.
He was probably like the 8th best player.
No, I know. I love DeAndre Hunter.
Dude, DeAndre Hunter.
I love that trade. We haven't lost since we traded.
That's wild.
That says it all right there.
55-10 as of shooting of this.
Yeah.
That is wild. And they're not getting any of the press, any of the coverage.
Yeah. It literally took like this last week from the finally put some respect on there.
ESPN was like, all right, we'll talk about him for fun.
Yeah. The Cavs coverage has literally been like, wow, we should really be talking about these guys. They're winning a lot of games. Anyway, back to LeBron again.
Their coverage is why the Cleveland Cavaliers can't win a title. That's the coverage right now.
No, that actually is like goes back to the Celtics bullshit. We're like 8.5 games up on them in the standings.
Yeah,
we split with them for the season, and for some reason, any talking head on ESPN they refused to say like, "Hey, Cleveland's actually doing." And just I'm going to go off topic. Well, still on topic, but last year. We played the Celtics without Jarrett Allen and Donovan Mitchell for a couple of games. He didn't miss all of them. But so we were missing 2 of our starters for like 2 or 3 of the games. At least I think Jarrett Allen was out for all of them. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but the point is, then you start hearing like everyone on ESPN, they talk about last year and they completely leave those parts out. And we had different head coach. We have like our team is better now.
Yeah.
And they just go, well, fucking until we see it. I was like, all right, well,
that's the problem with the NBA
then why do we
as a
play?
whole.
That's the problem with the Celtics.
Yeah. Why even play the games?
That's the problem with the NBA as a whole, though. Like the regular season is looked at like as a joke, so like nobody's going to take regular season accomplishments seriously.
It's been really dragging the past couple seasons because like it just ended badly, like both seasons, and I thought we were going to get to the conference finals last season. And we just didn't have people were missing games. We didn't have the team.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's a long 82 games is a long time, especially when you're kicking ass and you're hoping you can maintain the shit throughout the playoffs.
Well, in the NBA culture, it is all just centered around championships. Like they don't even talk about anything other like, oh, Michael Jordan's got 6, LeBron has 4. Like there's no nuance at all in the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem.
They pick their favorites and, they don't want to see anybody outside of that. Take over.
Yeah. But that's why the regular season doesn't matter because that's blood into the players.
Yeah.
Like, they don't believe regular. If the only thing that matters is titles and ring culture, then they don't care about the regular season. They definitely don't care about their All-Star games.
I think it matters to the Cavs players this season because they're just breaking so many records and they just want to keep doing more. And we could have the best Cavs record season of all time. This season. So I think that's motivation for them to continue at least. I know Donovan's out tonight, but and they're resting a little bit more than they have been, but
still winning though.
Still winning because we got a deep bench. And
if they lose at 55-11,
we always have a player that steps up. If it's not Jerome, it's DeAndre Hunter or somebody always takes charge and like takes over when somebody else is.
And the fact it's like just a balance. It's like
we always have like fucking 6 or 7 guys that have like 12, 15 points.
Yeah, even you have Sam Merrill on your bench who fucking looks like he should be doing IT somewhere, and he just comes off the bench. And if you leave that dude open for a split second, it's immediately
his release is so fucking quick.
And it go, dude. I feel like I know he's probably only shooting like 40 something. However,
sorry, couldn't resist.
I almost always like try to play it straight with your joke.
Yeah,
I want to right away.
Yeah. I just like,
you guys.
Yeah, you had a delayed release.
Yeah,
there.
that was way delayed.
I was so excited to hear.
Joe
quick
still doesn't
release.
get it.
play it back.
Rewind.
Somebody timestamp that. I acknowledged it.
Well, you're talking to the one that's gonna edit it.
Yeah,
He's not letting you have it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show your reaction. I'm gonna show our reaction. I got 2 cameras. Like I'll cut. But yeah,
We'll plaster some over your face where you're like, I don't get it.
But
every girl that's ever had sex with me said the same thing. I'm gonna plaster something over your face.
Oh, shit.
I don't get it.
Sexual jokes. Oh yeah. Giggity. Well, that's what happens when you start drinking a lot too. I feel like a lot of gay jokes.
Well, that's what happens.
That's white guy drinking.
That's white guy humor. That's
guy.
white dude humor. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so glad we get to do that.
I did. Me too.
That's like the past time.
Yeah, like when have you ever heard like we all have at least one black friend that we claim
No.
that we do it. You've never heard your black friend though say like, "Hey, I'm gonna go suck that dude." They don't do anything gay.
Yeah.
No, it's forbidden.
It's because you had to stay cool though.
You gotta stay cool. Yeah.
No.
And I mean, I
know we're not.
Yeah, like I accept my position in
It's a
life.
full-time
I know
job.
I'm not cool.
So that gay little voice in our head, we like kind of let that out a little
Yeah,
bit, you know? Like we tease the thought, you know, like you're like
Dude, light bulb just came onto my head. You didn't tell me this entire time. I've done like 4 or 5 podcasts here. You
Yeah.
never told me you had someone in your family who was black
Mm-hmm.
who played Division I football.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
Reggie Bush.
Who could kill me probably.
Yeah.
So maybe I wouldn't have said so many,
Oh, dude,
not great things.
I literally said to like it was a funeral, like it was a very serious moment. I had him busting up laughing because some old lady walked by and asked him who he belonged to. And I mean, he just pointed at my sister,
Couple
like,
whites.
yeah. And then I was just like, dude, you handled that better than I would. If I was you, I would have been like, lady, those days are long gone. Like, fuck you.
Let's say, I'm just nervous now. Anytime if you ever invited me over here for something like where other of your family might be here,
Oh no.
yeah, I'm gonna walk in. He's be like, I remember what you said.
Yeah.
I'm-
You know what's funny though? I think like not to just totally generalize, but why not? I think black people take racial humor way better than white people do.
that's true. I think
white
like,
older ladies.
like white people,
Yeah, it's like white offended people that get upset.
they're the ones that got rid of Chief Wahoo and all that shit.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
it was white people.
Yeah,
Like, let's be real.
like if
Chief Wahoo's coming back.
if you're black, you've dealt with actual difficult stuff. Someone saying a joke doesn't
Yeah.
probably
Like, that's-
affect
I mean,
you.
you have fucking weird, upset people, all over the fucking floor.
Yeah, everyone
Life's too short to be pissed about shit like that. in my
Yeah.
opinion.
everyone wants to be offended.
Yeah, I'm just too nonchalant. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no want to be a victim.
All right. So we're heading that direction. All right. Isn't it weird how in 2025 it's the liberals who are anti-EVs and it's the conservatives who are like going full on Tesla?
It's like everything
Isn't-
is shift.
Isn't that kind of like that shit like
It is confusing.
it's confusing. I thought global warming was an existential threat.
If
And
Elon,
now,
if Elon Musk fucking came out with a cure for cancer, they would say that's bad.
yeah, they'd be like, we need cancer to have to hurt out the.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what they would say. That's what I'm not saying.
I want to keep this conversation going, but I want to ask you specifically, Matt, because it seems like when we have talks, I'm definitely more on the right. You're more on the left. If we had to pick a side, I would assume.
Whoa! Don't assume my.
don't assume
We can just play clips.
Don't
of
don't
everything
assume
you've
my
ever said.
politics.
But I'm just like curious, like all the shit that's going on right now. It's like take like not even us having like a bickering or fun back and forth. I
Yeah.
want like 30 seconds to a minute real answer on how do you feel about how the left is moving right now?
Go.
Okay, the left, their ideology, their plan is basically sit back and say, look how bad the Republicans are right now. They don't have a plan. They don't have an agenda. Their agenda and plan is basically, we're not them, and that's not going to win anybody over.
That didn't
There,
win
boom.
when they tried to do the election.
That's what they've been doing since 2016, basically. Like, we're not the Republicans. Well, you can't win elections. You can't win shit if you don't have an identity.
I respect that you said that.
And if you have Kamala running as...
yeah, that
Yeah.
girl is legally retarded. She might be the dumbest person that's ever got on TV.
I mean...
She's bad as fuck.
I don't know. I don't know who likes her. You guys like her?
Nobody does.
I don't no, but I don't.
People have
I
an
also,
opinion.
I
Yeah.
also don't like.
I really...
I really don't like any politicians.
I think you have to be-
It's hard for me
you
to
have
like
to
a
be-
politician.
No, I feel you.
You have to have some kind of something has to be wrong with you if you want to be president. That's all I'm gonna say, because your life fucking sucks as president. You can't do shit.
No.
Like you can't even drive. You can't do shit. Like
Yeah,
That's why your
Trump is
Tesla
talking
will
about
drive
that.
for you.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then
But the
crash
Secret
into
Service
a
has to do whatever.
pole.
You can't hang out with your boys. Like the Secret Service, like if you were to go to your buddy's house, Secret Service has to be in that house for like 2 hours beforehand, fucking doing everything, and then you're on time to it's crazy. Like
I mean, that part of it would suck, but think of all the Illuminati blood orgies.
that
Yeah,
would be
that's
great.
true.
That would be great.
The
Yeah.
blood sacrifices alone would be...
I mean, it'll liven up a Wednesday for sure. Like, it's more exciting than me watching the Cavs, probably.
Hey,
I love watching the Cavs. Don't get me wrong.
But
What,
like
you guys don't want
you
to...
should have said Browns.
in the
at least.
words of Donald Trump, they're winning so much. I'm getting tired of winning.
Yeah, they are winning. They're winning so-
when they're 55-10, it's like, okay, this is getting kind of old. Like, where's the drama?
Where's the drama?
Where's the adrenochrome so I can fucking inject it into my forehead so I can have less wrinkles?
Yeah,
true.
pa-
That is
Pass
true.
that shit. It's just,
The blood of babies.
it's the same as like the Diddy parties. Like, you don't want to.
You don't want to go,
You don't want to
but
be
it's
in the
kind of like,
action.
why didn't I get in?
Yeah, you don't want to
But you
be.
do want invited.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the action, but for him to be like, "Hey, you want to see what's going on?" It's like, well, I kind of do. I mean, I kind of want to know what's going
There's a lot
on.
of theories to what's
Yeah,
happening.
I'm
I
kidding.
need to check it out for myself.
Yeah, are they playing pin the tail on the donkey?
And who's the donkey and which tail
Yeah, is it a hooker?
Just imagine getting laid so much that getting laid is just boring to you. Then
I
you gotta
know.
do wild ass crazy shit.
Yeah, that's what they.
like. That's I'm a little envious of that, right?
Yeah, they have a totally different reality than we
Did
do.
you see that video on fucking Twitter? Justin Bieber sucking Odell off.
What?
basically?
I don't know if that's. I don't know.
There's
I
a
don't
video,
know.
there's a video on Twitter, and it looks like they're in like a crowded club or a
Attach a
party.
link. Attach it.
Literally, just type in Bieber OBJ on Twitter. That's all you got.
I think I've seen.
Yeah, but
I think I've
but-
seen the clip. You can't. I
You
can't.
can't
I don't
really
think you can
see,
see anything.
But Justin Bieber pops up from he's like down like this. I don't know. He could be talking to somebody low or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he literally pops his head up, and it looks like he's like, "What the fuck? Why are you filming me?" And OBJ looks like he's like,
I did see that. It was
Yeah.
awkward.
It looks, and then OBJ just got named in that fucking.
Dude,
Well,
I
he
saw that.
puts a BJ and OBJ, right?
Yeah,
He surely
absolutely.
does.
Mhm.
Well, actually,
That was-
AB does.
Yeah,
I knew
that
it-
was very low hang. Yeah, they both got BJs in
They
it.
were meant to be.
Yeah, BJ.
All,
Yeah,
all they needed
Meant
was
to
the
be
O.
Jay.
I'm pretty sure that happened after the BJ.
Yeah.
See, that's one of the funny things about like being a white man. We can all just sit here, like, as soon as I get home, I am gonna try to look that up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So everyone's like, "What's the gay shit you've ever done?" I was like, "Technically, I looked up gay porn."
I tried to look up gay porn.
Oh, that one
just to
time-
verify it actually.
My,
existed.
that one
my
time-
algorithm just sends it to.
Remember that one time
I
when
think cock, I'm not-
when
your
Drake-
algorithm does change.
That's right.
remember that time when Drake's dick was trending on Twitter?
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
I definitely looked it up.
That shit, that
Yeah,
shit
you have to.
That shit looks weird.
It looked like a
Yeah.
fucking
It looked
like a
like-
cow tail,
Yeah.
like the candy, like you know what I
And
mean?
he fucking bent that shit super.
Mm-hmm. Very
You know?
flexible. Like that. Like it's not
Dude,
hard.
I'm such a
These blue
loser. I
chip.
tried to look it up and I couldn't fucking find it.
Yeah, it got
Oh.
deleted by the time you.
I know. Like by the time I woke up, I think it was already gone.
I just seen Drake's dick fucking was trending, and I was like, "What?"
That's a weird
Why?
name for a song.
Yeah, and I was like, "Huh? This can't be.
That's got to be a
This
little
can't
dicky
be
song.
Drake's actual dick." And
Free trial Blue Chew, but that dick was not hard. It was too floppy. Now, if you had Blue Chew, that shit would be like a spear.
Right.
You
that
know?
was like a half chub.
It was like a half. Yeah.
I don't think he's allowed to get hard when he fucks somebody because they'll actually poke their brain.
I am
Like,
envious
did
of
you
that.
see that fucking thing? there's part of me that's like, I wouldn't even want one that big. But then there's the other part of me that's like, I'm only saying that because mine's not that big.
Well, he folded that shit into a trapezoid.
Well, and you would think if it's that big, he would want adult women, you know?
Yeah. Not the Stranger Things chick.
Right.
That was dark. but I actually just had a friend casually say, yeah, every time I use condoms, I use Magnum condoms. And I was like, that was the most passive brag of all time.
Thanks for flexing on.
Yeah. Like, what?
The reason why I don't use condoms is because I don't use Magnums.
Wow.
Yeah. The reason I don't use condoms is because it feels way better.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Like, I know this isn't great, like, great for people's sexual health, but it feels way better to not have a condom on.
That's just facts.
Yeah.
You can't dispute.
And that's also why I have 3 children. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, it's because you keep banging a Mexican. If you sneeze around her, she's going to get pregnant.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's just going to go sneeze on her now.
Only if she'll let me.
Yeah, Daddy needs some more days off work.
Yeah, we finally get days off for having kids.
No days off. Remember fucking Bill Belichick? No days off. No days off.
We're all going to pretend we remember that? Yeah, I remember that shit.
Well, he was at the parade one year when they won the championship, and that was like a chant that was getting no traction from us.
That's terrible.
No days off.
Dude, Bill Belichick's more fun now.
He's banging like a 22-year-old.
Yeah, and
That's kind of weird, though, right?
No,
we can't. I mean,
She's
he's
old.
Okay, so what age? What age? Like, does she have to be like 20 or up? Because I feel like if
we all know what's happening.
like if someone our age, like we're all like 30s, if one of us was banging like a 19-year-old, that'd be weird, right?
I honestly wouldn't even look at him that weird.
No.
No.
There's
18, I don't know.
See,
But like, what's the like 18?
I mean, I
Is it really
wanna,
Is 18 really the cutoff?
I don't know. I mean, I think
It's
18, 19, 20.
Like,
That's like an
basically, is a
annoying
19-year-old
age.
hot or not? Is that what you mean? Like,
That's like an annoying age.
like,
I
is it?
wouldn't want to be around them. So I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be for me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't judge.
No, I get it.
for
So
it.
if one of us was like someone our age was banging a 19-year-old,
Dude, if one of my friends is going through a midlife crisis and they're like, I got this 19-year-old chick that I'm banging, but hey, dude, good for you.
A little jealous of what it is.
Yeah, good
unless
for you,
fucking
bro.
Josh Money's coming knocking on your door, fucking kicking you in the face, and I think you're all right.
As long as
It's
you're
not like it's fucking Jay Carnicombe doesn't come out and slap you.
As long as you're at the age where you're not going to get pushed for it.
Yeah.
Or your vehicle fucking. Did you see him stab the tires the other day?
Dude, I haven't gotten to talk to him, but I saw he got locked up for on the busted page or
posted
whatever.
bail or
My
something.
sister, my sister was on there too.
Oh, really? Fuck, I missed that one. I will randomly sometimes go through the jail just to
Just the
to
last
see.
name Hardy, you'll see all my mom, my dad, my sister, and my brother. All
not you though, huh?
not me.
You're goddamn right now.
I got arrested once, but never taken to jail.
It is.
I got arrested for breaking into my own house. It's a really long story.
If only we're on something where like
Right,
we have plenty of time.
If only you had a platform where you could tell.
I
them.
literally just told this story to Aaron like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah.
for the first time.
No, I probably mentioned it to her before.
Okay, I was
too.
gonna say like that sounds like a story where that had to have.
Yeah,
it
came up, but yeah, I talked about it again the other day. I don't know.
Before was alcohol involved?
No, actually.
Just
I
neglect.
broke into my house before and didn't get arrested, and alcohol was involved, but not this particular time.
I do want to hear how you got arrested for breaking into your house.
Yeah, so basically, my family moved to Florida for like 3 months, and we didn't fully pay off the house. And I think they quit making payments. I was like under 18 at the time, so I don't know all the information. But anyways, we came back after a couple months living in Florida. I couldn't find a job. It was Clearwater Beach, Florida, and it wasn't working out. So we came back. I lived in Clyde at the time, and it was a little trailer. And so we came back to our house, and there was like one of those, lock things that they put on your house when it's like up for sale and shit.
Oh yeah.
So that was on there. We didn't have the combination or whatever, and all of our shit, or like some of our shit, was still in there because we didn't take everything to Florida because eventually we are gonna come back and grab that shit from our house. But we never got a chance to come back, so we came back to live. And that shit was in there, so I just broke in the window and went in, and somebody called the cops. I don't know if it was one of the neighbors.
Yeah, it had to be
We
some
hadn't
fucking
been there
nosy.
in
What a
couple
narc.
months.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cops came. They arrested me, Anthony Slane.
Oh, really?
Paige,
Friend of the program.
Yeah, absolutely.
and Paige too. We all got put into the cop car. And they put my handcuffs in the front, and my mom and dad were sleeping in the house at the time, and the cops never like went in. I actually think they went in, but they never found my parents sleeping in there. So I was like in the back of the cop car, fucking texting my mom and dad like, "Hey, fucking get in the closet. The cops are there or something. We just got arrested for breaking in."
Yeah.
And they were like dead asleep. So they never.
So were they like not supposed to be there too, or were
it was
like
their
they
house.
okay to have the lock on, and it was just like a misunderstanding?
So what had
You got-
happened was I was in that cop car for like, it felt like forever. I don't know if it was an hour or two, but it felt like that long. So the person who actually owned the house from the company that sold like the modular homes came there, and they didn't have the right paperwork filled out to seize the house or whatever they were going to do. So they had to let us go. And then I never got charged with anything from that. So I got put into the cop car handcuffed, like told I was being arrested for, breaking and entering or whatever. And then to being let go, and they let go of Anthony and Paige too.
Oh, yeah.
I just really wish I could like see you go to court for that.
Break it into my own
I
house.
wanted you to go to court so the judge can be like, so if I'm reading this correct, you got arrested for breaking into your address.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see the conundrum we're in?
Yeah.
He'd be like,
I was confused.
I think you're not
I was
black.
confused the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. That bought you time.
I didn't know the financial situation. I was just like, my shit is in that house, and then we just drove from Florida like 22 hours, 23, 4 hours.
Mhm.
I'm going in this house.
Yeah, they're like, whatever, Florida man. I've heard about you. Yeah, you people.
Yeah,
Wow,
Florida didn't
fuck
work out.
out.
It was a beautiful time though. It was really fun. I spent my 21st birthday up there. That's the story.
I spent my 21st birthday not getting alcohol.
No.
Yeah. So what happened was the reason I asked you if yours had alcohol because I actually wanted you guys like take a moment, think about it. Since we're just doing a podcast where we're turning up for St. Patty's Day, I wanted to see if anybody had any like fun little stories. Like just think about it. See if you have any fun little alcohol related stories that you want to tell.
I got one.
All right. But the reason I couldn't drink when I turned 21 because you know how your ID changes once you turn 21, it goes
Yeah.
vertical to horizontal or whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to me.
Yeah. So I wanted to wait until I turned 21 to get my ID. So that way it didn't have the thing or it's like not 21 until.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want my ID to just be the regular ID with no shit on it. So I go to Frickers at midnight. And they're like, oh, can we see your ID? And I give it to them. They're like, oh, well, we can't take this. It's expired. Well, no shit, it's expired. I just turned 21 right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, like we just
They act like they're retarded.
That is such a stupid.
Dude, I couldn't believe
like
it.
that.
And then I went to like another bar and they said the same thing. They're like, it's expired. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. I'm getting turned down for turning 21. you, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a stupid rule. It's like they know you're 21. They can see it on there, but it's like they
Yeah. Do you think I'm trying to do like the most elaborate scheme of all time? Like I made a
Yeah,
I
like
made
if
a
I-
new driver's license, but I put it on there that my birthday is tomorrow.
Right. Like if I'm gonna do a
So-
fake ID, I'm gonna make it say I'm of age.
Yeah, I am McLovin.
Yeah, I
I'm
was gonna say-
29 from Hawaii, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it didn't say McLovin.
I just couldn't believe that shit. I was like, all I'm trying to do is give you guys business
Yeah.
and buy beer.
Just take my money.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I've been doing like illegally for like the last 2 or 3 years? Getting fucking turned.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trying to do it legally. Just
Right
one
now.
beer.
And you-
Me and
Yeah.
I got fucking underage.
Oh,
A
yeah.
week before I turned 21, and I remember I did see the judge, and he's like, "You couldn't have waited a week."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Like, you guys
This
couldn't
is
just let me
for-
go?
Yeah. And I was like, I
I had
20.
probation for a week.
I was like, or I can't remember if I was like 19 or 20, but it was like I was on non-reportive probation until
How
I
old
was
are you now?
21. And now I'm 33.
So I'm 35. So you're probably like,
Like 19. Yeah. So I got non-reportive probation, which basically just meant like, hey, don't fuck up again or you're going
I
to
had that
jail.
for literally a week, and then I had to pay some gay fines.
Yeah.
See, I had something similar, but I didn't even get drunk. It was that was so fucking gay. But I got an underage possession when I was 19. So I had to go to court and they gave me 10 days in jail, 10 days suspended.
Yeah.
So until I turned 21, if I fucked up again, I was getting 10 days in jail.
Yeah, that's what like mine was like. If I fucked up before I was 21, I think I had to spend like a week or 2 in jail, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that.
I got.
So I just knocked up a girl instead and
That's what
became
you
a
gotta
dad.
do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like, you know.
So it's like I didn't want to be a father, but
Yeah, I was like, I need some responsibility in my life.
I got
keep me out of
18
jail.
years or 2 weeks, 18 years.
I got 3 citations in one night in Bowling Green.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Was it all different cops?
Yep.
Hell
I got 2 fucking open containers. One outside of Clazel with an empty beer because I took the empty. I didn't throw it away. And as soon as I walked on the sidewalk, they grabbed me. Like they were waiting there. I'm so stupid. I was laughing, just and then, literally, they're like, they grabbed the beer out of my hand and like wrote me a ticket. And then I went to this like, there's like a church house in BG. I forget which street. It looks like a church though. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or been there. That's the first, and this was the first night I ever did cocaine too. And
Fun.
yeah, with I can't say. I'll tell you later.
Redacted. I'll tell you later.
I'll wait till he's not my friend anymore and I'll come back on the podcast.
And I'll give their government.
And I got a what do they call it? I think it was obstruction of justice for pissing in public.
Oh, nice.
In that little alley by the Papa John's, I think.
What were you obstructing?
I was gonna say,
Was there a crime that he couldn't get to? Because you were pissing on somebody?
Well, I remember him saying, turn around, and I wouldn't turn around because I was finished this, and I was just, hold on, you got me there, the spotlight. As soon as I whipped out my dick, the spotlight was on my ass.
But the stream's already going?
What?
What, the stream is already going?
The stream was happening.
Yeah, you can't
I was
stop.
drunk. I literally remembered I was walking past this couple. They were sitting on the bench. I'm like, I gotta fucking piss. Just talking to them, being crazy. And they're like, go right there. And I literally went to the end of the alley, like right by Papa John's at BG. There's like a dead end alley, and I just whipped out my dick. As soon as I did, in the spotlight, and they're like, turn around, and I like wouldn't turn around for like, I don't know, 10 seconds, whatever.
Yeah, like, hold on.
And then I'm like, you got me. I'm not gonna fight. It's literally a dead end.
They just get on the microphone like, we need a spotlight to see your small cock. Also, you're right.
We need to use a super zoom.
So yeah, the last cop, it was for an open container I had outside of that church house in their backyard. I was literally standing in the alley and not their yard. I was standing in like the alley, the driving alley. So they got me with like half a bottle of Bud Light or whatever for that one. And they wanted to take me to jail, but I was like literally begging these fucking people not to take me. I'm like, I gotta deliver mail and fucking
Dude, they just look up your name. They're like, you got.
I'm like, I was like, I probably deliver you the mail. What's your address? I was really G cops. Like, I was like, I work in BG.
This is the worst
You're not
night
gonna
ever.
get your mail tomorrow.
I feel like after the first citation, I'd be like, fuck this night.
Dude, I'd go home. Yeah. Bro, three strikes, you're out.
He was like, if I see you again doing anything at all, you're going. I was like, literally, I literally walked back to that church house, which I've only ever been into that night, and I literally just walked in. I didn't knock, nothing. It was like 4 a.m. I literally slept on the couch of this house, and I literally walked to my car in the morning, fucking delivered mail the next day.
God, I love you. I love you.
True story.
Dude, I know.
I was with Clay Schwartz that
To
night.
be that carefree. I'm envious.
Well, I used to be that way. Now it's like, oh, my back hurts.
Yeah. Dude, I remember, like, you would have some fucking wild nights where,
Oh my
like,
God,
you'd be
it
like,
was insane.
I got to deliver mail in the morning. Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I know. There were so many of those times. That's what I fucking kind of got known for, is fucking just being careless and reckless.
Hell yeah, bro.
Dude, Doge are going to cut your job for sure.
Doge? Well, as long as Doge coin goes up, we'll be all good.
Yeah.
No, nothing's going up. You're going down.
I don't know what's going to happen with the post office. They make a lot of stupid decisions.
I
I
actually
say that. But
No, I
privatize it,
actually
don't
wanted
they?
to ask you about that, like, because Elon's coming in there and just cutting shit. Like, do you guys actually have like any discussions of like, hey, they actually might cut some shit here, or like
they're always trying to cut my route. My route has been cut 3 or 4 times in the past 3 years, and I used to be 37 hours a week down to 35. It keeps fluctuating because they're doing this new rural mail count system that's like really meticulous, and they lie about the numbers.
Sounds gay.
I probably shouldn't say that either, but I'm actually disputing it. Man, I filed 2 grievances like last week. Probably shouldn't have said that either. But
Everything on this podcast is allegedly.
Yeah, we are playing characters, guys.
Dude,
This is a
I don't
joke.
even work for the post office.
Yeah, he's not even. You think they would let him be a mailman?
There's
Grow
no-
up.
We got these guys straight from Ireland for our St. Patrick's Day
I love that
podcast.
he just trashed where he works, told us where he works, told us that it got like,
Dude, that's
Talk about the first time we did
have to-
cocaine.
I really have to. I really have to keep it real. And that's
dude,
all
this entire podcast is gonna be nothing but a big bleep every time he talks.
Yeah. Redacted.
Just cut everything out.
His face is gonna be blurred. He's gonna, it's
This is
There's a couple people just put on the block list of your face.
gonna be Charlie.
Yeah.
Sure.
We can block. We have the ability to block the entire federal
No,
government
actually,
from watching our
that's
video,
why
right?
freedom of speech.
Russia.
That's why freedom of speech is so important. I'm allowed to say these things.
Absolutely.
This is actually how I feel. So
Yeah.
if I didn't feel this way, I wouldn't have to trash it. If they did a better job from management standpoint, and the carriers are great throughout the whole craft. Like the city carriers are great. We all work our asses off.
Yeah.
We deliver packages, we deliver mail, whatever weather it is. And management literally sits on Flappy Bird or whatever and just yells at people all day. And
Well, it's a good game.
I still
It was
have
a good game. I wish I
Yeah.
fucking
I thought it
flipped
was
up
the
and deleted
Now, I
it.
literally have gotten into fights with my postmasters and shit, and like literally like told them to never talk to me again, and shit like that, like lose my number, because I got a union that helps me out, and plus like I can't hold my tongue when I feel like I've been personally wronged and they're like taking money out of my pocket or making me feel disrespected. I just can't take it because I know how hard I work.
That's what like the government is realizing now with the Doge stuff. The same thing that anyone that's ever worked in like corporate America at all has noticed is that they don't give a fuck. They're going to just cut jobs, save money, and make you work more for the same pay.
That's exactly what they're doing because I get paid 35 hours a week for something that was 37 hours a week. I still have the same mail value.
Yeah.
But
They just add more work.
And every time they do these like rural mail counts, they like hold my mail back in the plants. Like they act like we're not supposed to talk about this shit.
Mhm.
Like we're supposed to just take it, like just bend over and take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like the mail volume during the count is like way substantially less than usual. And it's just obvious at this point. So I really can't hold my tongue.
Hell yeah. St. Patrick's Day, baby. Turned up. We got
Criticize the U.S. government.
government.
Yeah. I drank my beer, but now I got water.
Allegedly, everything's alleged.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah. exactly.
Allegedly. If
Exactly.
the government wants to sponsor this podcast, you're actually doing a great job.
So what's going to have more redactions, the JFK files or this podcast?
Dude, speaking of that shit,
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see if something ever happens with that because I had my hopes up.
yeah, well, that's
they
exactly
ain't
what I was
say
going to get into.
shit.
So I was actually glad, like, we kind of said, like, hey, we're not going to talk too much politics and shit because I'm over politics.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it because when Trump got into office, he was like, oh, immediately Epstein files are going to get released.
Yeah.
And then it took like fucking 3 weeks and then they released shit that wasn't new.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, well, we got more files now, but we have to wait and we got to like go through and, I can't remember the word, but like we have to like basically they had to go to edit shit.
Redacted.
Redacted.
Yeah, and then that was like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and they still haven't done shit.
That was more
I know,
I think that was
shit like takes time and whatnot. And everybody, you know, we've been waiting for so long just to see this because it's been, you know, viral and shit. At the end of the day, I don't think that the people that deserve to go to prison are going. And
Yeah, no.
That's
no.
disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Is like, so first of all, the people who should go aren't going to go, and then secondly, I refuse to believe. I don't know how many people like are in any type of office or have political power. I don't know the number, but let's just say there was to do an even number. Say there's 100 people in politics, and we'll say 40 of them have some type of affiliation with Epstein Island. How is it that none of the other 60 know anything or have said anything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's either you guys are, it's not as big of a deal as what we think it is, or you're all involved.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one it is, but I'm to the point where like, I don't fucking care. Like, cause if you believe in justice,
It's not going to happen.
this shit should have already happened. You know?
Right.
yeah, I mean, it's like it shouldn't take this amount of like push to get the justice. We should have a justice system that,
Whoa.
you know, if you're raping children, you should be fucking, you know, sent to get.
Yeah, that should be a life.
Fuck.
Yeah, that should be a life
He
sentence.
actually fucking fire squad, in my
Right.
opinion.
You have to watch only the Boston Celtics for the rest of your life.
Yeah. and
Ooh,
when
that's
they
worse than
sucked,
hell.
when they literally sucked, like when they had fucking
When Paul Pierce was pooping
But-
himself
yeah, when he
Getting in that
Be-
wheelchair.
before he got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen.
But yeah, Joe, what you're basically saying is politicians will lie in their campaign. That's very common, actually.
Breaking
It's they overpromise. They promise things they
to be-
can't deliver on.
To be fair, I actually do think, like, Trump has done so much shit that he did. Like, here's the thing I love about Trump is he did so much shit. Like, as soon as he got in office, the left couldn't even figure out what they wanted to get mad at him for. Because as soon as he got in, he signed like crazy amount of executive orders. He was like immediately like, "Hey, Canada, Mexico, we're putting tariffs on you guys if you don't do something with your borders." And they fucking cracked. They did it. So like, he did like a lot of good things. And then like there was an executive order that he talked about on Theo Vaughn's podcast, where I guess he had it the first time he was in office, where it was like a price transparency for like medical bullshit. So it's like, hey, if you would go get an MRI here versus here, you actually know how much they cost. So people actually have to compete instead of just being like, you're going to get an MRI and you're going to get a bill for $9,000.
It's a fucking flat fee of $10,000.
Yeah. And it's like, so like he signed an executive order for that. Like he's done a lot of good things, but there's just so much going on. But like some of the bigger things that I wanted him to do, he didn't. Like it hasn't happened. And I'm just like, I don't know why this isn't happening. And I really don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm over trying to argue with people about politics when we talked about it earlier. The left fucking used to love Elon. And then the second he's like, you guys are crazy, and he goes right. Now they hate him.
And they burned down the EV
I mean,
stations.
same thing for Joe Rogan. He was left. He was a Democrat. But
Yeah, so was Tulsi
they-
Gabbard.
Yeah, I mean, all the best people
RFK.
they lost on their side because they just went too, I don't even know the word, just too insane about some certain policies and whatnot.
Yeah,
but,
man,
yeah, but I'm not
Joe
trying-
Rogan got a lot of money, and I feel like the richer you are, like I'm a conservative with my money. I'm conservative in general now. But
I'm not trying to jump on anybody for anything. Like that's what I'm saying is like it's politics to me is at this point. I know every politician lies, but like if something as big as Epstein or something as big as 9/11, which it's crazy to me that 9/11 happened. Like if that happened now, I think there would be like
A lot
civil
of
war. There'd be a civil war in this country.
Oh, I figured
Or
there'd
would
just
there be a revolt?
TikToks.
No, dude,
I
I
just
really
figured it'd
because
be
I think
memes.
back in when 9/11 was going on, there wasn't all this media. Like everyone was like,
there
information wasn't as
was
accessible.
way more trust too in the institutions that released the information.
yeah,
And now they have just lied about so much shit and just kept, a lot of shit from the public that it's like we can't really trust anything
Yeah.
this motherfucker
but
says.
isn't it
On
crazy?
either side, really.
St. Patrick's Day, everybody! Hey, look at the Irish! Oh, hey. Speaking of terrorists, Irish, they have a lot of terrorists. They like
Do they?
car bombs. The
Oh
song
yeah, the
Zombie,
Irish car bomb.
Zombie. In their tanks and
Oh,
their
I love
bomb.
that song.
They're still fighting. Yeah,
Zombie,
That-
zombie. That is an Irish song.
that's like a
Is
top.
she Irish or Scottish?
I think she's Irish. I think it's about the
Yeah.
Irish Civil Wars.
Yeah.
They fought them for like
Great song.
100 years.
It is
like,
a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. I love Dropkick Murphys. What else is it?
Like I said,
Becky Lynch.
Thin Lizzy,
Becky Lynch.
I
is
want
great.
Becky Lynch.
Thin Lizzy. They did the "Boys Are Back in Town,"
Boys
which is
Are Back in Town.
Irish with a black lead singer.
Yeah, I just learned that today.
Fucking,
And what they sound so American. Like
Yeah.
in fact, "Boys Are Back in Town" is probably a top 5 American song.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just learned that dude was black earlier today.
And you stopped liking them earlier today.
That was racist.
God damn, that was racist.
We're joking,
I
allegedly.
This is a joke. This is a satire podcast.
People who could beat me up who don't like that, it was a joke.
I was kidding.
but if I can beat you up,
Yeah.
that was
If I can beat you up, then
Yeah, if you're 5'6" and can't bench your body weight, I meant that shit. But no, I want to go back to this because you said you had a story. I want to hear.
Oh no, yeah. See, I had a story, and then Jameson told all his great stories, and I'm like, my story sucks now.
no.
So,
Tell the story.
okay.
Yeah, I want to hear of anyone
Okay.
who has a good.
Well, I
alcohol.
wasn't drunk. Okay, so I was living at Cedar Point, right?
You were living at Cedar. Oh, you lived in like those little apartments?
The ghetto apartments, right?
Mhm.
And
Did you work there?
yeah, I worked
That's not
there.
hard
I
from
worked there when I was 20. I was like 19 or 20.
I worked there too, dog.
Yeah, it was fun.
Gang, gang.
Good Good times, yeah. But one morning I got awoken by a police officer in my bedroom.
Oh,
And
hi, officer.
it reminded me of what you were saying, like how you said the police were in your parents' house and they didn't wake him up. I was like, oh shit, I got woken up by the police once. Well,
I don't know
crazy.
if they went in the room and even tried. I really don't know. My parents never woke up, so
But
they were under the influence, to say the least.
But yeah, I got woken up by there's a police officer in like my room, and he's like, someone's got a gun in this apartment. We're looking for a gun. And me, I'm an idiot. I had a fucking like bottle of liquor I had like thrown in like a fucking pile of clothes. And I was worried that cops gonna find my bottle of liquor because I was 19 or 20. And the fucking cop's searching my room and he's like searching that pile of clothes. And they're like, my roommate has some stuff in there, so if you find anything, it's not mine. And I was like, what? And like in hindsight, I'm like, what a dumb thing to say, because he's gonna think I'm hiding a gun. Fucking, fortunately,
That's fucking hilarious.
I do have one other story that's pretty funny that fucking a lot of people always like. I don't know if you might have been there. I think this is no, I don't think this is the first time I ever met Price, but this is when I lived in Trevor Law's old apartment on Collingwood. I think that was the first time fucking I really hung out with Trevor, because he came in my house and was like, I used to live here. I'm like, what's up, bro? And whatever. So anyway, we were fucking having a little rager. My neighbors are assholes. I had the music loud. We were smoking weed, drinking beer, doing whatever. And fucking the cops come. And I fucking answer the door. It smells like fucking complete fucking dank. And they were complaining about the noise. Jameson, you got to fucking turn this down or we're going to have to take you to jail. I'm like, okay, for sure. I'll turn it down.
And they're leave.
And they're like, well, my neighbors are horrible. God, I hate those people. But anyways, the cops were just sitting there and they're like, so we're going to come in and take the rest of the weed then because we smell it. And I'm like, well, you can't because I already smoked it. And literally there was like fucking people in the back of me. I had the door cracked just talking to them like this. And there was people behind me. And when I said that, they're just like, oh, laughing their ass off. And then one of the fucking fat cops started laughing too. Yeah, that's basically it. I just thought it was funny because I'm like, I already smoked it. And yeah.
What about you, Ryan? Do you have a good one?
So the only thing I could really think of is one time I was at this party when I was like in high school. I was drinking and the party got busted and I fucking took off running. And it was a nice ass neighborhood. So they had these garages that like went like under, like down into the ground and shit. I was running from police officers and fucking fell. And I think the adrenaline, I just like popped back up and kept going. But then like my car was still at the party. So I was like, there's no chance I'm going to get out of this without going to get my car.
Yeah.
So I wandered back to the party like after a little while and the police are still there. But I just like kind of walk in. But my car is like blocked because I'm in the driveway and police officers are blocking the driveway. I walk up, a police officer sees me. He's literally arresting one of my friends. And he's like, probably dumbfounded that I'm just walking up. He's like, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, my cousin was at this party. I let him borrow my car. I just wanted to get my car. If that's cool. And he was like, who's your cousin? And I won't say his name on here, but I totally literally ratted out my cousin. I gave his actual name and everything. And I was just like, yeah, let him borrow my car and he ain't here. But I just want to get my car. And he was just like, well, we're going to be a while. And I was like, okay. And then he went inside and I was looking around and I'm like, I don't see anybody outside. So I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm going to I backed my car up and I drove through these people's yard and just dipped out. And I came back home and my parents don't know about it until right now. So
yeah. I like how the cops didn't even write your license plate down or nothing.
Isn't that some really good adrenaline though?
Dude, I was.
It's like a drug.
Yeah, I was
I love the.
I was so scared driving. Like, oh
I
man.
love the adrenaline. You don't have an adrenaline rush till you're in a fucking cornfield and a cop spotlight. Swear to God, like the spotlight is on you. You're in a cornfield like this, and it's just like
Never been there.
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think you might be the only one.
No,
Okay.
I
was Egging House.
So I'll give you guys two stories. The one, this is a quick one, just to kind of relates to what you guys were saying. It wasn't a big deal, but my friend Josh, his sister graduated high school. She was like a year or two younger than us, so she graduates, and they're having a party. And this is after I'd already gotten my underage. So what we were talking about earlier, if I get caught drinking again, your boy's going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, whatever. We were at like a party in Vickery, so it's like it's not like people go there, right?
Yeah.
But there was too many people there. People started parking like on the side of the road, so the cops got called, and so the cops show up, and like I said, since it's a party in the middle of fucking nowhere, as soon as I see the cops show up, I run into the cornfield and I run all the way out until like it's no longer a cornfield, there's trees. And I just hang out in these trees, just waiting for the cops to leave. So I'm like, I'm not going to fucking jail.
Yeah.
Not over this, especially like I'm not even doing anything cool.
Yeah.
I'm just
it's not worth the jail time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's never worth the jail time. No, dude. But yeah, no, I just ran away because I was like, I'm not getting a fucking like if I'm gonna get an underage, it's gonna be because I was doing something cool, not casually drinking. And
cool. Yeah.
So that one's
they're never that cool. Like
not as cool as you want.
No.
I also did go to a party in BG where the cops got called and I had to go hide in the closet. But that was another one. It was like dumb shit. That one's not good. The good, like these are just ones where it's like you got like I'm fucking just trying to wait out the clock, because I'm getting close to 21.
Yeah.
So just please don't catch me now.
That was a couple years before. It was like really hard. You're like dodging shit all the time. If I'm like,
yeah.
And then when you turn 21, you gotta buy fucking alcohol for all the fucking friends that aren't 20.
Like I feel like alcohol just doesn't taste as good when you're 21.
No, I was just gonna say I fucking miss like doing bad shit.
Yeah, like alcohol tastes so much better when you're 19.
I really miss the adrenaline rush of like dodging the cops and like having that fear.
That was the only time I was a criminal. In my adult life, I don't do anything criminal.
You got kids.
It's boring.
So you can't really fuck up too hard.
Yeah.
A Natty Light at 19 is better than any beer at 34.
Facts.
I think that shit smells like puke to me. When I used to play beer pong with it, I used to smell that shit in the cups, and it would just...
Dude, and we came up with beer pong where you would put the actual beer in the cup, so you'd get like the hair from the ball in there.
Dude, that was every high school party.
Yeah.
And then I don't know when it switched, whether you go to a college party or something like that, like play with water, and you're like, who does that?
Yeah,
dude,
I remember being stunned that was like a revelation. Like, oh wow, that actually makes more sense.
I was kind of happy that I didn't have to drink hair. It felt like a little more gay than playing regular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, especially when they put their balls right
when
in
you
the
start
cup.
hanging out with people with high school diplomas, that's when it goes from sorry, I didn't mean to call you out.
I literally was airheaded for a second. I'm like, what?
Wait a minute.
I got my GED. I have something.
Dude, GED is probably harder than a high school diploma. I know I didn't try for shit.
I literally went to like a 2-week refresher course a couple years after I dropped out, and it was pretty easy except for math. I think I had no problems with.
Yeah,
Math sucks.
But the test was really easy. Like if you don't pass the GED test, you have Down syndrome.
So I have
nothing against any Down syndrome or Shane Gillis
or anybody,
or his family.
I want to get this story out because this is like one. I have a couple good alcohol related stories, but this one's one of my favorites just because it's so stupid. I went to a party at Kent State, and it was my dude Kyle. He was going up there to meet this. Well, he knew the girl, but he was going to hang out with this chick, and so they're having like a dorm party, and then we were all going to go out to the bars. None of us are of age. So that's how we're going to pregame at this dorm. Well, we get to this dorm and we're drinking there for like 2-3 hours. Well, the way dorm was set up it was dorm, shared bathroom, another dorm. So that was the setup, and it was but both sides of the dorms were partying. But there was this one bathroom right there. So everyone was sharing that one bathroom. Well, so we go to use the bathroom like 2-3 hours into the party, and someone opens the door, and there's a girl sitting on the bathroom floor, and she's eating shaving cream.
Okay, that's not where I thought it was going to go.
That's bath salts.
Well, so she might have been on bath salts. She might have been she might have been the first specimen to do this. But so she's eating fucking shaving cream, and I'm like,
Just because?
she was probably on drugs, but I don't know what. I didn't decide to ask her. Like, hey,
cool.
just so you know, in like 15 years, I'm gonna do a podcast and talk about this. So I need to know what.
Here she is now. Bring her in. The chick from the party.
We got her here.
She's
That would
she's
be
dead.
shot.
That would be
I don't
amazing.
know, but she has to be dead.
Right. Yeah, you gotta be.
I mean,
If you're doing that at that time, yes.
Yeah.
you
So
I just superimpose a ghost.
So we can't use that bathroom because there's a girl eating shaving cream on the floor. So me and my dude Kyle, we're like, all right, we got to find somewhere to go. Like, we have to go piss. So there's no like community places to go piss in this dorm.
It's called outside.
This is exactly. So this is what we had to do.
No.
But here was the kicker: is
I
in
got
order
arrested for that. Almost arrested.
in order to get into the dorm, you have to have a badge and scan in. We don't have it, so we literally have to like take turns. One of us goes and pisses on the building, and the other one is just holding 2 doors so that way we can get back in. So we both do that. We come back to the dorm, and there's 2 people standing at the doors, and we're like, all right, like they're here to party. They're knocking on the door. We're ready to turn up with them.
Mm.
They open the door, and as soon as the door opens, Kyle goes through those 2 people at the door, and he goes to go into the party. And then the people that were at the door go, hey, this is campus security or whatever. Like, you guys need to show me identification or whatever. And so everyone in the party is kind of like, oh, shit. And Kyle just sold himself out because he walked in front of those people. I'm behind them. They haven't seen me yet. I look at him and make eye contact, and I mouth to him, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah. And I just, fucking just casually just do a little shimmy and I fucking leave. So now I have a problem because I drove him there. He's there with a chick. I don't know if they're about to go to jail. I don't know how. I have no idea. Like,
You don't
what
know if
happens.
they're going to go to jail or if they're going to do it or what's going to happen.
How long am I going to wait?
So I end up just fucking like, all right, I'm leaving. And I leave. I'm like, all right, well, I can't just leave the city because I had to take him home at some point. So I just go out and I end up talking to these 2 people. I don't smoke cigs, but there's the 2 people smoking cigs. And I'm like, hey, you're people that probably live here that I could sleep on their couch if I need to.
Well, you ended up on a
No,
random.
so here's what happened. I'm literally talking to these people. I never met them before. We're all just smoking cigs and I don't smoke. And I'm just trying to butter them up because I'm about to be like, yo, this party just got busted. All of my friends are there. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. You guys want to be my friends tonight?
Yeah.
And as I'm like in the process of like asking them, like, yo, can I crash you? Because I told them everything that just happened.
Yeah.
I see the entire party running down this block towards me. And I'm like, that's my friends. And they run by me. They're like, we have to go. So I just join the stampede. So I run with them. We go to somebody else's apartment. And as soon as we get there, I'm like, so what the fuck happened? They're like, they told us that we had to stop drinking and they were calling the police. We closed the door on them and then we all just left out the window. And so that's what I seen was them, like my friend Kyle went out the window, helped everybody out the party one by one.
Yeah.
And then
Good
they
guy.
stampeded down the road. And then that's when I ran, like, I'm literally 2 seconds away from asking these strangers, like, let me be your roommate for a night. And literally 30 fucking people running down towards me. I'm like, convenient.
I got to go. That's my
That's my cue.
That's my group.
Have you guys ever like taken any fucking drugs that just made you feel completely weird and you've seen like weird shit or anything like that? Has ever happened to any of you?
I've only done mushrooms. And when
I got a little story.
I do, I'll let you get to it, but I just do mushrooms every now and again. And when I do mushrooms, I didn't find out until like 2 years ago that when I do them, I have panic attacks.
Can happen, yeah.
I didn't know that. dude, like I just
Shit gets a little weird.
I was just like, bro, I'm going.
It's like, is my head ever gonna go back to normal?
Yeah, I was just going through a lot of things, and I never thought anything of it. Then my one friend described to me like a panic attack. I go, dude, I have those every time I do mushrooms. I didn't know what it was.
I'm diagnosed.
I've had times where, there's this one time I was at literally EST Fest,
Hell yeah.
MGK's festival. I was there with Clay, Trent Stout, Tyler Wolf, Jordan.
Just name dropping everybody.
All those motherfucking gay dudes. And we're all fucking doing a whole bunch of drugs. Every single one of us.
Every single person I named.
Especially Tyler Wolf. He should be on the podcast. He will probably be eventually.
Dude, I'll fucking have Tyler on. Hell yeah.
But we were doing so much. I don't even know.
They've all settled down and have families now, but they were wilding out that day.
We literally brought Molly with us, and this was like the purest Molly at the time. Like, this was the best shit.
That person.
Not Molly.
Everybody was asking for that. Trust me.
She got past her.
We took a bunch of that. We'd either snort it or parachute it. It's like where you take it and you put in a little piece of tissue paper or something and you just swallow it because it tastes like super nasty.
I'm glad you told me. I'm glad you told me what parachuting was because like I know, but these guys don't know.
Right.
Like,
could you explain it to them?
Your viewers might not.
I don't know either.
Right. No,
I want you to explain that again.
So basically, you just put like Molly's just like these little fucking like pink little rock things. It looks like meth or something. But we just fucking basically.
I like how your description of like, hey, I want to tell you what this drug is. I'm going to describe it with a more rare drug.
I'm going to describe it with another drug you have not seen.
Yeah,
but I actually.
Oh, we've all seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
that's right. We've seen the blue. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was like some pink shit. It was
pink.
like,
so Walter didn't make this.
Yeah.
No, this was some
pink girl, Molly. Makes sense now. I get it.
Yeah.
Meth is more of a manly name. Molly,
the only way I can describe the way it made me feel is like if you remember what Christmas morning felt like when you were like 9 years old.
I couldn't sleep the night before.
Yeah, that's what this drug made me feel like. I was like addicted to this shit.
That was the day my dad left.
Jesus. Well, probably makes
Jesus, dude, get out of here.
Probably makes you feel less good.
Fun.
Take it.
Fun day.
So basically, it's how we feel.
Attack, dude.
It's how we feel waking up on St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Hey, hold it back in town. Boys are back in town.
Shipping up.
So basically, anyway, I was literally we're taking a whole bunch of drugs. I called my mom. I thought I was going to die. I was supposed to deliver mail the next morning. I had to call off.
Supposed to deliver.
Dude, I don't trust these male people.
No, dude.
You.
Rain, sleet, snow, drug overdose, drunk as fuck, hungover, it don't matter. Your mail getting to
I
you.
literally was telling everybody at all the tents and shit, oh, I gotta deliver mail in 3 hours, like doing what I fucking do every time.
Right.
And fucking just hyping everybody up. Oh, this fucking dude's crazy. But literally, I fucking was like, there's no way I'm gonna fucking do this shit. I'm way too, I literally took mushrooms, acid, and Molly, and dabs, and fucking
I'm getting a panic attack just thinking about it.
You did all that at Fest?
Yeah, just the first night.
But then you were gonna go to work the next day?
I literally planned to go to work and then come back to EST Fest.
What
I had a ticket for 3 days.
What all did you take again?
It was literally acid, Molly, shrooms, weed. I ate this pot brownie that I think had something else in it. I don't know, because I literally was like looking at everybody after I'd taken this like brownie, and literally everybody turned. I swear to God, I'm not lying. Everybody like looked like ugly ass midgets.
The Albuquerque.
And not to say all midgets are ugly or anything like that.
They weren't just ugly. They also got like 5 feet.
I'm not saying all midgets are ugly or anything like that.
Most of them are.
These midgets were like, they looked like fucking, it was just nasty looking. I couldn't look at them. Literally fucking Tyler was a midget. Clay was a midget. Everybody were.
They were unattractive midgets. And honestly, if you just assumed every midget was attractive, then you're probably racist.
So this is our 36th episode, and I feel like Jameson has given more personal details on this one episode than we have combined through 36. Also, if this is our St. Patrick's Day special, we got invited back for 420 special, because
I'm sure I have a couple more stories. You guys pretty much know. I mean, I'm telling.
Oh yeah,
I've told the good ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm sure there's ones that I'm missing, but I mean, I could tell you a whole bunch.
We had him on for 6ix9ine as well. I think
6'9".
first time we had him on was 6'9".
Did it land on 6'9"?
It was 6'9". I remember you making that. You made that reference.
Of course I would.
And like,
I love.
yeah.
So
You're like, it's June 9th. And like, Tim and I were
6'9".
like, what's June 9th? It's fucking June 9th. And like,
Yeah.
6'9". And like,
Yeah.
And most overrated sex position ever.
whoa, you're selfish.
Whoa, hot
That's a
take.
selfish lover
Hot
right
take.
there.
literally
Selfish.
my favorite one.
It's the most overrated.
So what don't you like about it? You don't like
You don't like it
licking
when the
puss,
buttholes
or you
are
don't like
out?
getting?
It's just overrated. It's just overrated.
You know what? I wanted to get mad at you, but
Are you selfish too? Another selfish lover?
I
it's not about being selfish. Like I like pleasing.
I like
getting my
eating.
dick sucked,
Yeah.
but
It's a little awkward doing it both at the same time.
I want to do one or the other because there's no way you can't give 100% of your dick sucking abilities if we're in that position. I
Right.
can't give you the best of my abilities.
right.
I would rather.
That just
just
says more about you than it says about the position.
I'll tell you what. You go 69 a guy, and then you tell me if it was fun for you.
I can't.
I think you're gonna say it was real fun. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself.
I don't know.
I think people just like it because it's a number and it's like
That's what
it's a
like
thing
I
that-
think the number and like reference is more fun than the actual position.
And it's why 6 is the first 7.
It's
Because
just
6 and 9 are best buds, and 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everybody knows 6 and 9 are
Anybody wants
best
to
buds.
talk about like funny sex things, and 69 comes up because it's a number, and people are just like, oh, 69. Just
Yeah, exactly. It's just a fun.
it's just a thing. Like,
But yeah, no, that is true because like,
No, there's no other sex position.
but
has
you're
numbers.
willing to multitask on like other things. Like you're
Te-
willing to multitask, like if you're watching multiple games.
Drinking and driving, texting and driving. We all do it. you know?
Right, right. Everybody
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
And-
There's nothing more. There's nothing more exciting and like adrenaline rush than like texting and driving while having a beer. You know what I mean?
at the same
so
time.
basically, after all the drugs and shit, I'm gonna finish telling the story because it's pretty fucking epic. It's
St. Patrick's Day special, everybody!
It's one of my.
That song works for that dance.
Now we gotta
That's
make sure
ours.
Ryan's still in frame.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. Well, now you're not.
No, he's not.
This is not. Alice is.
okay. Well, that's all that matters.
So
That's funny.
basically,
You guys haven't moved him in. You guys are doing good.
so basically,
I'm not as good.
basically,
Thank you.
after hours of taking these drugs, we fucking see like Waka Flocka or someone. I
Fucking love one.
I forget who it was. I actually fucking. He came up to this like fucking food stand at the shit, and he grabbed a banana, shoved it in some girl's mouth, literally unannounced. He wasn't like, "I'm gonna shove this in your mouth." He was just like, he grabbed a banana from the stand, put it in this girl's mouth, hopped into an Escalade, and fucking bounced.
Dude, being a rapper is awesome.
That's pretty gangster.
yeah,
It was
being a
literally-
rapper's a fun
It was
life.
right after he performed. I just can't remember if this was the actual, because I've been to a couple of ESC fests. I can't remember if this was the one with the story that I'm telling. But anyways, so we were doing a bunch of drugs. We were all staying in this tent. There was a huge tent. We had 4 or 5 dudes.
Yay.
I think, yeah, it was gay as hell. It was fun. It was really fun too.
It's fun,
Even gayer.
it's fun and
So I ended up losing Clay for literally 18 or 19 hours. So that means
That's
that
a
I
long
lost.
fucking time.
I lost to everybody.
He said 18 or 19. It might have only been 18.
it's so specific.
That's a whole fucking day. Like,
That's not a whole
That's
day.
just what came up in my head.
that's a whole waking hours.
When I tell the story, that's just the number that comes to my head.
18 or 19 hours, somewhere around there.
So
Give or take.
I literally had to stay at this tent. I was just like talking to everybody, playing games like this hatchet game. We were playing drinking games all fucking night. We're in the woods with tents and music and drugs and girls and everything.
Common occurrence for you. Like,
It was
normal.
Really, it was the best time in the woods I've ever fucking had. But I stayed at this guy's tent. I forget what the people even look like. They were super nice, but they let me stay there because I didn't know how to get back to my tent.
They look like
I'm off the wall. At this point,
These were
At
attractive.
this point, everybody looked normal again. It was only a couple hours of that midget shit where I felt sick to my stomach and I couldn't look at anybody.
Did you get low horny though? Like
No,
like that low.
no,
like,
I was like literally.
He does
there-
not
there-
watch midget porn.
No, there was
Uh-uh.
there was a couple performances and shit. I'm like, I'm not even going. I feel I did too many drugs in this too short a span of time.
yeah.
And so basically, I stayed at this guy's tent. We do dabs in the morning. I throw up. They kick me out of their shit. So I literally hours and hours, probably like 9 hours after this happened, I see Clay on a spiritual journey. He's taking godless amounts of drugs because he thinks he's God. And literally, he's like leading He's like walking. There's like 10, 12, 15 people behind him. He's like leading the pack. And he's like, dude, Romus. He doesn't even react that I haven't seen him.
So you watched him become like a cult leader.
Literally, that's what it was.
He's also the worst cult leader.
he literally was telling everyone he's Jesus Christ, and everybody was buying it.
Oh, hell yeah.
He actually had 12 disciples behind him?
I swear to God.
Holy shit.
Something like that, 15.
Amazing.
I don't know. All I know
he's doing better.
is I'm walking like 9 hours later. I'm just walking. I don't know if I was walking with I can't remember if I was walking with anybody or by myself, but I literally see him. And it's been like 18, almost a full day. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is up? And he's like, he doesn't even react to like seeing me again. He's like, come on, bro. We're on a spiritual journey. Let's fucking walk. So we're just walking through the forest and fucking, that's basically the story. It doesn't have a good ending, but there's a lot of in between stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like you kind of cut off. Like you guys went in the forest, spiritual journey, and then it's just
no,
like
I mean, we fucking
guys came too.
We got high, drank a lot, and fucking had a great time the rest of the time. But I just thought it was funny. I lost him for like literally a whole day, and then I see him on a spiritual journey, and then I called my mom, told her that I was probably gonna die. My phone dies. My phone dies. I can't even call work to call off, so it's a no. That's a no call, no show.
How do you do all this shit at work?
No call, no show. 2 days in a row. I show up on Tuesday, and they're all just looking at me. And you know when you go to work when you fucked up, and everybody's just like.
So what's up with you?
Looking at you can feel the eyes in the back of your fucking head.
That post office union, y'all doing God's work.
They're amazing.
I got PDI'd for that, which means they basically wrote me up for that. And the guy was like, Jameson, you just like you're so good when you're here. You can't fucking no. This was when I was part time. So I was like. I wasn't even working all the time. Now I work 6 days a week, but I was literally working once or twice a week, maybe. Literally, I was scheduled Saturdays. This happened to be on a Saturday. I did no call, no show, and they wanted me there Monday too. And my phone was dead. I was embarrassed from doing that, and so I showed up on Tuesday. I got PDI'd. I had a meeting. He was just like, Jameson, you're so good when you're here, but it's like when you no call, no show. He's like, dude, this Postmaster was so cool. He's like, dude, if you're ever feeling like hungover or anything, just take a little trash can in the med truck with you, dude.
Yeah.
Bro,
you're like the Dennis Rodman of the post office.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
Well, shout out to you're gonna be.
I won't always show up, but when I do, I'll
shout out to the NRLCA, the union.
Yeah, we all know what that is.
Yeah. The union of the rural side of
That's what I'm saying.
I am 100%.
God's work.
I am now 100% committed to. We talked about the 420 episode.
Yeah.
We gotta see if Clay will get on too.
Oh, yeah.
He lives in fucking North Carolina right now.
Dude, fuck it. We'll fly him in.
Yeah.
Budget? Who's paying you?
Yeah, nobody. But we go.
You got funds like that? I had to buy my own beer.
I wish.
No, he wants me to come down soon, but he would
we're hoping,
I'm definitely gonna tell him about this shit.
Dude, yeah, tell him to come up for 420.
We're hoping Dogecoin takes off and then Jameson funds the podcast.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't have that many Dogecoin anymore. You better hope XRP.
I hope XRP.
Everybody, buy XRP.
Please.
Yeah, support the podcast.
XRP.
I've been holding for 7 years. I've sold a couple hundred because I had to for car repairs and whatnot, but I have 15.
Dude, what if XRP?
I have like 15,884.
What if XRP just took a random fucking like jump up?
Well, I mean, my average buy cost for that coin is 23 cents, and it's at like $2.40 right now, $2.40, and I have 15,884. So
get in on the XRP, people.
Math. So
it's over 30K.
As I said, that's $30,000, dude.
I don't understand that because I don't have a GED.
Yeah, you got a dumbass high school diploma.
High school diploma. I learned all about XRP in the GED course.
See, now we know the GED. Hey, if you meet someone with a GED, they're actually fucking smarter than people with a high school diploma.
No, I just like
that's Wall Street bet.
It's just like I was thinking of all the ways I could try to get rich, and this is like the only viable option for me personally.
This dude works for the government, knows about stocks. And also just told nothing but drug stories for like half an hour.
Don't really do too many drugs anymore.
There's nothing more Irish than cryptocurrency.
Absolutely.
St. Patrick's Day!
All right.
Well, I think we're wrapping up.
Yeah,
though.
that's a great
like a condom.
Absolutely.
Wrap
Which
it up and
Irish
stick
people
it
don't use those either.
They don't.
But
a lot of Irish people.
guys, thank you for being here, man. St. Patrick's Day to
Happy
me
St.
is just
Patty's
about
Day.
fucking drinking and hanging out with your friends, and that's what we're fucking doing.
And some
Hope you
jabronis try to bring up politics for a little bit.
Yeah, but then you
I'm
just
always
fucking
down to
roll
talk.
with it.
I'm always down to talk. I'm always down to talk about it. Everybody has their opinions. I think everybody wants the same outcome for everybody, and that's just to be, represented.
Absolutely. And I think Matt and Joe are going to end up booking on this podcast someday.
Oh yeah.
But until
I can't
then,
wait.
That'd be a twist.
That's
I'm
gonna-
gonna be a
that's-
top, and we're not gonna 69.
Oh, you're gonna smell.
You're a selfish lover. You're a selfish lover. Selfish lover. Selfish lover. Selfish lover.
That is not the insult you guys think it is. I come every time.
absolutely, I won the race.
So mad.
Happy St.
Bye,
Patrick's
guys.
Day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Can't wait to return this hat.
We'll see you.
Gang, gang, cheap, cheap.
Peace.
Dumb idiots.